My dear friend, I am 78 years old this year, and I still often wake up at exactly 3 in the morning. Not 1 o'clock, not 5 o'clock, but precisely 3. It's as if my body has its secret clock, programmed long ago. No one said it, yet it chimes, steady and true every single night. At first, it bothered me a great deal. I asked myself, what's happening to me? Have I grown so old that I can't even sleep through the night anymore? I tried everything. Herbal tea, turning off the lights early, no phone before bed. But no matter what I did, my internal clock still woke me at that hour, when everyone else was fast asleep. Then I started to worry. Could this be a sign of illness? Is my brain slipping? Or maybe my heart's in trouble? Many nights, I lay still, eyes wide open. I wasn't afraid of the dark, but I was afraid of that helpless feeling, like I had no control over my own body. One day, I brought it up with my good friend David. He's 2 years older than me, 80 now. I said, lately I've been waking up at 3 in the morning, and I don't know why. He chuckled, nodded slowly, and said, "You too, huh? I thought I was the only one." I even get up, make some tea, and wait for the sun to rise. That small conversation opened my eyes to something big. I wasn't alone. Many friends in my senior exercise group, from the retired carpenter to the sweet lady who used to teach piano, had all woken up at least once around 3 in the morning. Some fell back asleep. Some sat up reading. Others tossed and turned till dawn. But we all had one thing in common. No one knew why it happened, and no one understood what our bodies were trying to say. That's when I started asking myself a different question. If I keep waking up at the same time, over and over, maybe it's not random. Maybe there's something I need to listen to. So, I began keeping a journal. Each night I woke, I wrote down the time, how I felt. Was I thirsty? Did my back ache? Was I thinking about something? I put it all on paper. And the first thing I noticed was 3 in the morning wasn't just a time on the clock. It was like a sacred moment. Everything quiet. No cars rumbling outside. No television buzzing. No phone ringing. No footsteps from anyone else. Just me and myself. During the day, we get swept up in chores, grandkids, meals, news, and social media. But at night, especially around 3, all those layers fall away. The mind is bare. And the body, more awake than you'd expect. I realized sometimes I woke because my melatonin, the hormone that helps us sleep, had run low. Other times, it was a full bladder. Some nights, a slight cramp in my calf. But there were also times no clear reason at all. I just woke, gently, calmly, with a faint hint of longing. And so I started calling these wake-ups something else. The whispers of an aging body. Not a shout, not a warning siren, but a soft, gentle nudge that my body is changing. It's not what it once was, but it's still working, quietly, faithfully, and it needs me to listen, not judge. I stopped blaming old age. I stopped thinking I had insomnia. I began to see 3 in the morning as a sign not of decline but of transition. From then on, when I woke, I didn't get frustrated anymore. I lay still, closed my eyes, placed a hand on my chest, and felt my heartbeat. I didn't rush to fall back asleep. I let my mind drift, sometimes to old memories, sometimes to breakfast ideas, sometimes to a poem I read as a young man. Some nights, I'd sit up and write a few lines, maybe just a sentence like this: "Today, I'm still alive. Thank you." That's all. Nothing scientific, no therapy. But it eased my heart. And I think if you're listening to me right now, maybe you've woken up at 3 in the morning too, and maybe you've wondered, am I aging in some unsteady way? But I want to tell you, no, you're not unsteady. You're changing in a way that's so natural, so human. 3 in the morning isn't a problem. It's a small mirror, reflecting the rhythm shifting inside you. Maybe you need to tweak your evening habits. Maybe your body craves gentler care. Or maybe your mind needs a little space to breathe. Whatever the reason, I hope that starting today, if you wake in the night, don't panic. Try lying still, resting a hand on your heart, and whisper, "I'm listening. Body, I'm here for you." And who knows, maybe from that moment, you won't feel the need to fall back asleep right away. Because you've already begun living true to yourself, even in those quiet minutes of the night. Let me tell you a simple story. A little tale about a hormone. I know hormone sounds a bit academic, but really, it's an old friend, the gatekeeper of sleep, called melatonin. You know, when I was young, I never gave melatonin a thought. I'd lie down and sleep like a log till morning. Busy day, stressful night, rocking chair, or bamboo mattee didn't matter. No counting sheep, no tea needed. But now, things are different. At this age past 70, well into my late 70s, I've learned there are things I once had and didn't cherish. Melatonin is one of them. What is melatonin? It's a natural hormone our bodies make in the evening when the light softens, the sky darkens, and the mind slows down. It's like a quiet gatekeeper telling our brain, "Time to rest now, my friend. The world's calming down." When we're young, our bodies produce plenty of it. It arrives on time, in the right amount, and does its job. It helps us fall asleep easily, sleep deeply, and stay asleep till dawn. That kind of sleep, you know it deep like a still river back home, not a ripple in sight. But as we age, things change. Melatonin, that old friend, doesn't visit as reliably anymore. It dwindles with the years, and not everyone notices. We think we're losing sleep, stressed, or something's wrong. But the truth might be simpler. Our bodies just don't have enough melatonin anymore. I remember sitting over tea with my friend Walter. He's 79, a retired teacher. He said, "I go to bed early, but around 3 in the morning, I'm awake, wide awake. No pain, no hunger, no dreams, just awake. Like someone called my name." I asked, "Does it worry you?" He shook his head. "Not at all. I just don't understand why." Later, after a routine checkup, his doctor told him, "Your body's still healthy, but your melatonin levels have dropped quite a bit." It's natural at this age. From then on, Walter made some small changes. He kept his bedroom pitch dark, no nightlights, no glowing phone screens. He stopped watching the evening news, too much to stir the mind. Instead, he took a short walk around his garden after dinner, listened to classical music, and read a paper book. No miracles happened overnight. But after 2 weeks, he told me, "I still wake at 3 sometimes, but I can fall back asleep. It doesn't feel so lost anymore." And I thought, that's the power of understanding. When we know what's happening, we stop blaming ourselves, stop fearing, stop fretting. We start living in harmony with who we are. Melatonin isn't a pill. It's not forced. It needs the right conditions to show up. The older we get, the more sensitive our bodies become to light, sound, and habits. A little glow from a nightlight, a flicker from a phone or television screen, enough to chase melatonin away. A tiny notification beep in the night can shatter sleep. And a cup of caffeinated tea at 4 in the afternoon might still linger till 3 in the morning. So if you're waking at 3, it could be your body's low on melatonin, and it's not to blame. It's just following the rules of ages lower, weaker, but still honest. And the good news is we can help it. Don't rush to take sleeping pills. Don't force yourself to sleep again now. Start with small, loving changes. Keep your bedroom truly dark, turn off every light, even the clock's little glow. Limit phone and television use after 8 o'clock at night. Sip warm water, and skip caffeine after 2 in the afternoon. Spend 10 minutes each evening unwinding with soft music, a paper book, or just deep breaths. And most importantly, don't be mad at yourself if you wake in the night. See it as a chance to check in with your body, not a flaw. I want to say this, as a friend who's walked the same road. As we age, our bodies don't betray us, they just grow sensitive and need care in a new way. Melatonin doesn't vanish, it just needs you to pave the way for its return. If you listen closely enough, Adjust gently enough. You'll find no pills needed, no forcing, just a bit of patience and a bit of know-how, and we can sleep well, even in our later years. Thank you for listening to this part. Next time, I'll share another reason equally fascinating. As we age, our biological clock shifts too. You might not be losing sleep, you might just be sleeping off schedule with the rest of the world. Do you remember those days when you could stay up late watching movies, then wake up the next morning for work, fresh as ever? I remember them well. In my younger years, I'd stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning finishing reports, then be at the office by 7. No coffee, no nap needed. But now, it's different. Very different. I noticed something strange a few years after retiring. Even without a hectic schedule or work stress, my body gets sleepy so early around 8 at night, my eyes start to droop. And then, at 3 in the morning, I wake up, wide awake, as if I'd had a full night's sleep already. At first, I thought maybe I ate too much or didn't move enough during the day. But even with regular exercise and healthy meals, the pattern stayed, falling asleep early, waking up early. Then I stumbled across a medical term called advanced sleep phase. In simple words, early sleep phase. Sounds complicated, right? But it just means the body's clock slides forward as we age. You feel sleepy sooner and wake up earlier not because of sickness, but because it's the biology of growing older. Take my friend Gerald, also 78. Every evening, he eats dinner at 5, has tea at 6, and by 7:30, he's dozing off on the sofa right in the middle of the news. I visited once and found him snoring lightly at 8. And guess what? At 3:15 a.m., he wakes up, fully awake, no grogginess, no tiredness, just done sleeping. He worried at first that it was a sleep disorder, but after a checkup and a chat with a sleep expert, they explained, "Your body's still getting 7 hours. Your clock's just shifted earlier. It's fine." I loved what the doctor added. As we age, we don't lose sleep. We just change the hours. It's like a flight schedule. Instead of taking off at 10 at night like in our youth, our sleep flight now departs at 8 and lands at 3 in the morning. The trouble is, society runs on a younger timetable. Work at 8, dinner at 7, bed after 11, so waking at 3 feels out of sync. No one's online, no one's chatting, no one's awake with you. And that feeling, I'm up too early for the world, can make us feel alone, abnormal. But you're not abnormal. You're just running on a new schedule, the clock of old age. Like the earth changes seasons, our bodies change hours. So what can we do? 2 paths. 1. Accept it and reshape your life around this new rhythm. If you're alert at 3, treat it as quiet time for meditation, journaling, or reading. No need to rush back to sleep. Enjoy the stillness no one else claims. 2. Gently nudge your clock to sleep later and wake later. It's not easy, but it's doable. Try eating dinner a bit later, say 6:30 or 7. Don't nap before bedtime. Spend evenings on light, wakeful things, reading under a warm lamp, calling a loved one, or strolling indoors. Keep the room softly lit at night so your brain doesn't shut down too soon. And don't climb into bed early unless you're truly sleepy. Let drowsiness come naturally. I've tried this. It was tough at first. My body loved its early bedtime. But after a few weeks of patience, I could stay up till 9:30 comfortably. Now, instead of 3, I wake around 5, still early, but it feels different when the sky's just lightening and the birds are stirring. Here's my message. If you're waking at 3 every night, don't assume something's wrong. You might just be sleeping on your body's time while society's off on another. And you're not alone. Millions of seniors worldwide tick to their clocks too. They live well, happily, once they see this as natural, not a fault. Sleep isn't just how many hours. It's when and whether it brings peace. Whether you sleep at 9 or 11 and wake at 3 or 5, what matters is, are you in tune with your rhythm? Do you feel at ease in your skin? Thank you for hearing my story today. Next time, I'll share another practical reason many wake at 3, the quiet discomforts of an aging body, from joints to stomach to medications. You know, when we were young, sleep came as easy as a breeze through the porch. Tired? We slept. Day or night, soft bed or hard chair, it didn't matter. But now, in these later years, sleep's not so generous. It's gotten picky, demanding. And sometimes, it's interrupted by the smallest, quietest things only those of us with some years behind us truly understand. Today, I want to tell you something. Waking up at 3 isn't always about your mind or hormones. Sometimes, it's simply your body's uncomfortable and can't quite say it. I recall one night, sleeping soundly, when I suddenly woke. No noise, no dreams, just something was off. I shifted sides. My shoulder felt stiff. My back twinged. My eyes stayed open, though I couldn't pinpoint why. I got up, poured some water, and paced the house a bit. Back to bed, but sleep was gone. The next morning, I noticed that my pillow had flattened, and my back ached faintly when I moved. That's when it hit me. My body was signaling me, quietly but surely. I've talked to so many friends my age, they felt it too. Not sharp pain, but enough to rouse them at night. One gets calf cramps. Another has reflux from a late dinner. Some wake with a dry throat, thirsty, or just needing the bathroom, then lie back down wide awake. My friend Stanley, the same age as me, complained he'd get up at 2 or 3 every night to use the restroom. Turns out he took his blood pressure meds at night and they're a diuretic. I suggested he ask his doctor about switching to mornings. He did, and wouldn't you know, those wake-ups dropped way down. One small tweak, and he slept nearly through the night. Old age isn't roll over and sleep anymore. Our bodies grow sensitive. A lumpy pillow can pinch a shoulder. A room that is too cool by a few degrees makes us shiver. A faint noise jars us awake. A bit of stomach acid burns. These little things add up, waking us at 2, 3, 4 in the morning without an obvious cause. But don't ignore it. Waking at night doesn't mean I'm frail. It might just be a call for adjustment. Here's what's worked for me. First, I swap my bedding for softer, neck-supporting stuff. You wouldn't believe eat a good pillow can save your night. Second, I watch my dinner time. No meals past 7 now. If I eat heartily, I walk around the house for 15 minutes, seizes the stomach. Reflux has calmed since then. Third, I checked my meds with my doctor. Some like diuretics or blood pressure pills are better in the morning, not disrupting sleep. I also cut back on water after 8 to skip those bathroom trips. Fourth, I use a warm yellow nightlight, not too bright, not too cold, so if I wake, I'm not jolted. And last, I jot down notes on wakeful nights, what I felt, to better know my body over time. Here's a funny one. I woke once because my lips were dry. It was a parched night, and I'd skipped the humidifier. Seems minor, but it split my sleep in two. Age teaches us sleep trouble doesn't come from big things, it's the tiny details. So, if you're hearing me now and waking at 3, ask yourself, is your back sore? Did you eat dinner too late? Are your meds timed right? Is the room too chilly? Or are you just lying? Listen to your body, and you'll find what's stirring you. Care for it, and sleep will return the favor with kindness. Waking at 3 isn't a glitch. It's a signal. A whisper said, adjust a little. Help me feel better. Don't see it as a failure. See it as a chance to know yourself deeper. Thank you for letting me share. Next time, I'll tell you something intriguing. How daily habits like early dinners, less movement, napping on the couch play a part in those 3 in the morning wake-ups. Have you noticed? When we were young, every day was a whirlwind. Work, kids, cooking, friends, a marathon from dawn to dusk. Now, in these quieter years, time flows gently. No 5:30 alarm, no meetings, packed schedules, or rush hour traffic. Softer, right? But that softness shifts our body's rhythm. And sometimes, it's not age or illness, but the little habits of our days that wake us at 3 in the morning. Take me, for instance. After retiring, I fell into a classic old folks routine. Dinner at 5, dishes done by 6, news till 7. Then my eyes would droop. Sometimes, I'd nod off on the sofa by 7:30, brush my teeth, and hit the bed at 8. And then, guess what? 3 in the morning I'd wake. No reason, no pain, no dreams. Just awakefully awake. Sleep's a cycle, you see. We need about 7 to 8 hours a night. So if I sleep at 8, waking at 3 makes sense. My body's done. It's not wrong. It's just, my routine's out of step with the world. My friend Victor, 78 too, lives so gently. Breakfast at 6. A park walk. Lunch at 11. A 90-minute nap. Dinner at 5. Bed by 8. Result? 3 in the morning, eyes wide open. No hint of sleepiness. I asked, "Tired?" He said, "Not a bit. But the day feels endless. Like, I'm up too early, when no one else is." That's the real snag. The gap between 3 and sunrise feels empty. No one to talk to. No messages. Nothing to do. So, our minds wander. Thoughts stretch out sometimes to memories, sometimes to worries. And we think, I've got insomnia. But no, we've slept enough. Just too soon. How do we fix it? Not by sleeping less, but by shifting sleep later. I know, staying up till 10 feels like a feat at our age. But it's not impossible. I've tried it, and it works. Here's what I did. First, I cut my naps. Used to be 2 hours, now just 30 minutes. Enough rest, not too much. Second, I eat dinner later 6:30 instead of 5. It stretches the evening, keeping sleep at bay. Third, I skip solo television in the dark. Instead, I turn on a warm light, read or call my grandkids in another state where it's still afternoon. Laughter keeps me alert. Fourth, I delay bedtime. Before, I'd lie down at 8, now I aim for 10. I sit in my recliner, light a small candle, and play soft music, a little ritual to ease into sleep at the right hour. The result? I sleep from 10 and wake near 5 when the sky's glowing, birds are chirping, and neighbors stir. So different from 3, when the world's still dark and hushed. I know not everyone can shift fast, but try, bit by bit. If dinner's at 5, push it to 6. If you doze after eating, walk a few laps indoors. If naps run long, trim them by 10 minutes a day. You'll nudge your day, and your night follows. One last thought. Sleep isn't just a nighttime thing. It's the echo of your whole day. Move sensibly, connect enough, eat balanced, keep your mind calm, and sleep comes smoother and stays longer. Waking at 3 doesn't mean you're broken. It's your body reacting to the life you've built. And the good news? Habits can change. You don't need to fight your body. Just guide it gently. Thank you for hearing this part. Next, I'll touch on something subtler. Old emotions, unsaid words, quiet longing show. They too can wake us in the night. One night, I woke at 3. Not from pain, not to use the bathroom, not too hot or cold. I just remembered her. My wife passed nearly 10 years ago. By day, I do fine. I shop, cook, water plants, call the kids, and laugh with neighbors. But at night, especially around 3, when the house is silent as a stone, I hear every space in my heart. Old memories, words left unsaid, last hugs, they creep in, soft and steady. Have you felt that? No physical aches, just a pang inside, no clear cause. But once awake, sleep won't return. Your mind drifts on and on. I believe many of us, past 70 or 80, have these soul awakenings. I talked once with Jackie, 76, living alone since her husband died. She said, I wake at 3, not from tiredness, but emptiness. I miss him. Even the little things like him telling me not to forget my glasses, or the way he'd read the paper and sigh. It moved me. Because I get it. I do. The mind doesn't have an off switch like a lamp. Especially as we age, when outside busyness fades, the inner voices speak up. You might be fine all day, but at night when silence reigns, memories knock. Maybe sweet ones, maybe unfinished business, maybe a sadness never named. I've woken just from dreaming of sitting with my mother, gone over 30 years. Awake, no tears, no sorrow, just stillness, sitting there, unable to sleep again. The mind doesn't rest, it's sorting what's unsettled. Like an old room, unopened for years on day, you step in and sit for hours, just looking. That's when we need to listen, not rush to tidy up. Someone asked, "What do I do when I wake and my mind won't stop?" I don't have a formula, but I've got small, gentle habits you might try. First, I keep a notepad and pen by the bed. Not for long journals, just a few words. A question, a fleeting thought, a name I recall, an apology never spoken. Writing it down, it's like venting steam from the mind. After a few lines, I feel lighter. Sleep comes easier. Second, I don't force myself to sleep again now. I listen to me. Hand on my chest, breathing slow, I whisper in my head, "Jack, you're not alone. Your body's here. Your heart's recalling what matters. Let it flow." That alone like a hug to myself. Third, I started a little bedtime ritual: warm milk, soft music, or a grateful note. Maybe just, "Today, I'm still well. Thank you." It doesn't stop 3 o'clock wake-ups. But if I wake, I'm calmer. I don't scold myself. I accept I'm feeling life as a human. See, sleep's not just physical. It's body and soul. If your body's cared for but you still wake, maybe your heart needs to be heard. I used to think, I'm getting soft. But later I realized, not soft. At this age, I'm brave enough to face what I once avoided. Waking at 3 isn't always insomnia. Sometimes, it's a deep soul-stirring, one that needs comfort, sharing, writing, speaking. You're not alone. Trust me, millions of us seniors wake at this hour, remembering someone, sitting quietly like you. If we're gentle with ourselves, no blame, no quick fixes, sleep returns when the heart settles. Let me end with this. If you wake at 3, ask not just what your body needs, but your mind too. Give it a moment of stillness to listen. You deserve deep sleep in body and soul. My dear friend, if you've stayed with me this far, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We've walked through these wakeful nights together, listened to our bodies, our minds, and maybe even our lives, at an age where every sleep, every waking carries its meaning. Here's what I want to say. Waking at 3 isn't trouble. It's a soft nudge from life. A reminder that we're still here. Our bodies are still ticking, even in silence. Our hearts still feeling though someone's gone, though the kids no longer sleep under our roof. Those wake-ups? I don't call it insomnia anymore. They're pauses to reconnect with myself. You know what? We can't control time, can't hold youth, but we can choose how to live these moments left with peace, purpose, and love. Sleeping well is wonderful. But living light, that's what makes old age beautiful. Living light means no more guilt for what's past, no fear for what's ahead. Waking each morning, grateful to breathe. Going to bed each night, free of heavy burdens. I'm 78. I've run hard, pushed hard, and stayed up all night for work, for duty. Now, I'm learning to live like a river, quiet, gentle, and patient. And I hope you, whether 68, 78, or 88, will learn to embrace yourself too, each time you wake at 3. Because in those moments, it's not your body troubling you. It's life tapping on your door, asking, are you still living? Are you living true? Thank you for hearing me, part by part, night by night. Now, if you're listening at 3 in the morning, breathe easy, smile, and drift back to sleep, like someone who's just understood something profound about life. Sleep well, my friend, and live light.